Hey, what is going on, guys? Inferno LH here, and today I'm going to be doing a brand new series that I've never done on this channel before. Now, this video is completely different than something I've ever done before. I mostly been doing tutorial videos and stuff like that, but I'm bringing in this brand new series. Well, it may become a series, it may just be a one-time thing, but I'm doing a Mythbusters video where I will test myths. Now, if I continue to do this as a series, you guys can comment down in the comments section, and you can comment me some myths that you would want me to test. Now, I've seen other channels that also do this similar kind of thing where they test different myths, but I'm going to be doing, well, it's going to be pretty similar, but I'm going to be testing new myths that no one else has tested before. So if you want to see this series continue onwards, just let me know and I can continue it even more. So, like I said before, if you guys want to, you can comment down myths below and I can test them in a future video. But anyways, let's get right on into the first myth. Okay, so the very first myth is, will you take damage if you have an insanely high amount of defense, or will you just take 1 damage? Is there a way to have invulnerability? So let's test this out. Okay, so as you can see, my defense is at a very high amount. As you can see, I modded my chest plate so that it has just a bunch of defense. So what we're going to do here is we're going to be attacked, so let me turn off infinite health. And, well, we're going to see if we take any damage or if we're just invulnerable, so I guess let's see what happens here. So let me go ahead and enable NPCs, and I guess I'll just spawn, let's see here, let's just spawn in, like, let's go ahead and spawn King Slime and see what happens. So boom, there we go, we got a King Slime, and let's run into him. What happens? Well, it turns out we actually take 1 damage every single time. So, I guess you're not invulnerable. Okay, so the very next myth is, can you equip armor in your accessory slots with modded item stacks? So, as you can see, this is a console bug, only works on console. But we're gonna see, since I have a stack of 5,000 solar chest plates, we're gonna try and do the bug to equip them, and let's see if it works. Okay, so it turns out, no, you cannot equip modded items stacks of armor in your accessory slots. If you try to do that, it will just turn into a stack of 1. So this was a stack of 5,000 before, and now it's just a stack of 1 solar chest piece, so unfortunately that one does not work. Okay, so moving on to the very next myth is, can you equip pets or mounts with modifiers, and do those modifiers actually work? So we're going to go ahead and give myself some modifiers on my pet and a mount, and we'll see if it does anything. Alright, so as you can see, I have a cosmic car key and a bone key, both with warding, which will give me extra defense. So we're going to swap them out with my, well, I guess you can't really see with this thing on. Here, let me just get rid of that. Okay, so let's equip this for my normal ones, and let's see if it gives me more defense. So, now that I have the warding one on for my cosmic car key, my mount, it does not increase defense. Let's see if my pet does anything. And no, unfortunately, none of these will actually give you any buffs if they have a modifier on them. Alright, the very next myth is, does ammo with modifiers actually increase damage or something like that? So, what we're going to do here is, let's go ahead and get ourselves some bullets, and we'll give it a modifier. Okay, so I have myself some normal chlorophyte bullets and some legendary chlorophyte bullets, and we're going to see if the damage when you shoot them is actually increased or if it does anything different. So I have this test dummy here, so first off we're going to start off with just the normal chlorophyte bullets without a modifier. Let's see how much DPS this does. So if I hold this down for a little bit longer, we can see we're at 1500, 1600 range for the DPS. So let's go ahead and see what happens if we swap out for the modified bullets. And let's see how much DPS we do here. So as you can see, the DPS is actually higher. That's something I did not expect. I didn't think that it would actually affect the damage on the bullets. But I guess it actually does, so if you have a modifier on any type of ammunition, the modifier will actually work. Okay, so the first myth is, does the first fractal give more DPS than the Zenith does? So I'm testing this out with both of them without any modifiers on them. As you can see, I guess both of them deal the same base damage, but which one is going to have more DPS? So let's start off with the Zenith. Just going to use it on this target dummy. I'll hold this down here for a little bit. And as you can see, the DPS is ranging quite a bit right now. It's ranging... Okay, it's going up, it's going up. Okay, the Zenith is changing quite a bit, but it seems to be about maybe 7,000, 8,000. It's changing quite a lot, but I guess that's kind of what the Zenith looks like. So let's see how the first fractal is. There's going to be a major difference here. So... Ooh, okay, that is actually quite surprising. So the Zenith turns out to be dealing a very large amount more DPS compared to the first fractal. The Zenith deals up to over 2 times the amount of DPS that the first fractal is dealing, which is quite surprising actually, but I guess it does kind of make sense. Okay, so the very next myth is, do modded stacks affect your DPS? And what I mean by this is, if you have a 1 Zenith in your hand like this right now, will it deal more damage than a stack of 5,000 Zeniths or something like that? So we're going to test that out. Alright, so I got a stack of 1 Zenith and then 5,000 Zeniths. No modifiers on either of these, so we're going to see what happens here. So, 1 Zenith, as we saw before, it did a range of 5,000 to 9,000. Changes quite often for some reason. But the stack of 5,000 Zeniths seems to be about the same. The damage doesn't seem to be different at all, so I guess that's the answer to that one. Okay, so then the next myth is, can you kill a boss with just NPCs? So what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be testing all the pre-hard mode NPCs, or at least most of them, against like the Eye of Cthulhu. So let's go ahead and spawn in all the pre-hard mode NPCs. Okay, so I've spawned in a bunch of NPCs, so let's go ahead and turn it to nighttime, and we'll spawn in the Eye of Cthulhu. Alright, here we go. We have the Eye of Cthulhu in range here. Let me zoom out some more. As you can see, the NPCs are dealing some damage to it, but will they be able to defeat him? It actually looks like they're dealing quite a good chunk of damage to the Eye of Cthulhu here. Wow, okay. That was actually pretty surprising. I did not expect them to demolish the Eye of Cthulhu like that. Now, this is on a normal mode world, so that may change things up, but I did not expect them to destroy him that fast. Okay, and the very final myth for this episode is, can teleportation potions, the potion that randomly teleports you to a spot on the map, can they teleport you to the dungeon or the jungle temple in like pre-hard mode? Now this is something I'm not sure, and I feel like it would break the game. Well, I guess there's other bugs to get inside those things pre-hard mode. But it's kind of interesting, so we're gonna go ahead and test this one out. Alright, well, I just skipped past it, but as you can see by the footage that I have here, the teleportation potion did actually teleport me into the dungeon, like inside of it. So, I really didn't think that it would do that, but I guess it does. Well, that is going to be all the myths for today's episode. If you want to see more of these, comment down some myths that you want me to test in some future episodes. As well as, if you did enjoy the video, could you please like and subscribe to my channel, as it really does help me out a lot, because over 90% of people who do watch my videos are not subscribed, so I would really appreciate it. I will also leave the link to my Discord server in the description of the video if you want to go ahead and check that out. But that is going to be it, and goodbye.